Hey, this is a quick review of the Ipriro 1.5 gallon fish tank. So you can actually get this tank for about $35. It comes with a hang on the back filter and a pretty decent light. It also comes with a pre-installed foam pad on the bottom of the tank, which is always great to have. It's actually a lot better than a lot of the kits you would get at like Petco or PetSmart or something. The tank dimensions are about 6.5 inches wide and long and about 8.5 inches tall. It makes a really good tank for a desk or office, or if you don't have a lot of space in your house or you're just starting out, this makes a great beginner tank. The picture shows some betta fish in there. I don't recommend having betta fish just because it is only a gallon and a half, but you could fit some super tiny fish, shrimp, or even just snails in there if you want to. The tank comes in two options, a clear silicone and a black silicone. The packaging is pretty decent. The most important thing about buying tanks online is really just how they package the glass and make sure it's going to stay safe in shipping. As you can see, mine had a pretty significant dent in the box once it arrived. So this should be a good test to see if they did a good job packaging everything in. The foam around the tank was actually really secure and kind of locked into the box, which is a good thing. Means nothing's going to jostle around too much. I ended up just flipping the box over and taking the tank out that way. Like I said before, the tank actually does come with a light and a hang on the back filter, and they're actually of pretty good quality. I've definitely bought lights and filters for about half of the price of this whole kit that were much worse than what they provided. The first apparent thing when looking at the tank was how reflective the glass was. For $35, I don't expect super clear glass. It's about as reflective as you would get at any big box store like Petco or PetSmart. The tank also comes with a pretty cool lid that fits around the light and hang on the back filter, and it's a two-part lid, so you can take the middle section off during feedings and light cleanings and stuff, so that is nice. It also comes with pretty detailed instructions that were well written and easy to follow. You can kind of see that the tank has some silicone just kind of all around it, like the silicone string from the factory is still on the glass, but it's easy to pick off or just wipe off with a towel. Now there is a quality control sticker on the glass, so they do have some sort of quality control, and you can kind of see the silicone they did looks pretty clean. There are smudge lines, but they're far less than what you would get at Petco or PetSmart. And overall, there's no globs or anything super apparent, so it actually looks pretty clean. It looks like the glass held up really well, so the packaging was spot on. That dent didn't even touch the tank. So the first thing I do with any tank I get is I just fill it with water to make sure there's no leaks. It's way better to do this now than after we've unboxed everything else, or even worse, after we've scaped the whole thing. I usually leave the tank for about 5 or 10 minutes full of water just to make sure there's no small leaks I haven't seen. The hang on the back filter is actually pretty nice. It's the perfect size for the tank. I don't think it's going to have too much flow. It also comes with a cool feature I haven't seen on a hang on the back filter before. Something that's really nice is that it comes with a cleaning brush, which is actually rare to find these days. It also comes with a sponge for the intake valve. The setup's pretty much standard for all hang on the back filters. The instructions do a pretty good job of showing you how to assemble the filter as well, so if you have any questions, just refer to those and they do a pretty good job. The light actually has a lot of LEDs and has a long gooseneck, and the long neck makes it really nice for adjusting how high you want your light to be. So if you want more light, you can just bring that light down. If you want less light in your tank, you can just bring it all the way up. It does not have any adjustments in brightness, but like I said before, if you just change how high the light is, that'll change how bright it is. And the light and the hang on the back filter actually fit really well onto the tank. For the video, I put the hang on the back filter intake in the middle, but the lid only allows the hang on the back filter to be to the right side of the tank. So that's just something to keep in mind when you set up your fish tank. And the light switch for the light is actually on the cord. I actually usually like it either on the light section itself or just where it clips on to the tank. But I can confirm that it does work with a timer. So if you have an automatic timer, then this light will turn on and off with that timer. Now, something that happens to most small hang on the back filters that I've found is overflow. The motor's just too strong, and you can see me kind of panic and struggle to get all the water collected because it's actually just shooting water out of the back and overflowing the back of the filter. But like I said, that's normal for the 24 small hang on the back filters I've had over the years. It seems like they're just designed to have the lid on to keep the water from overflowing. And you can tell how high the flow is. It's only a moderate amount, and that's at the highest setting. And that's good for a tank this size. You don't want anything too crazy when it comes to flow with a small tank. And the filter does come with an adjustment knob for flow. I found with filters this size, usually they don't work too well. In most cases, the filter material you use will determine the flow over the knob itself. And this filter actually comes with something super cool that I haven't seen on any other hang on the back filter before. It actually comes with a surface skimmer attachment. So this filter section spins around through just the flow of the water and acts like a surface skimmer. And it just directly attaches to the intake portion of the filter. And the surface skimmer is actually just floating, connecting to a pipe, so it will adjust up and down depending on the water volume, which is really nice. This is probably something you don't want to use if you're breeding shrimp or have floating plants or something like that. Overall, I think this is a pretty good tank. It's far better than any of the kit tanks you would get at Petco or PetSmart or something like that. I think it's also a lot cheaper than those. Those would make a really good tank for someone that doesn't have a lot of space, for kids' first tanks, or an adult's first tank. If you like this video, I also have a aquascaping video of this tank, so you can go check that out as well. For a gallon and a half, it makes a great desk light. That's not right.